Hey, Caleb here from Patriot Training Center.
Carter. Oh, here you go. Okay. Carter here from Patriot Training Center as well.
All right, and today we're going to be talking about tactical flashlights, okay? Kind of what we use for everyday carry and home defense, stuff like that, and just kind of go through and maybe give you a little direction if you're kind of looking for that type of thing. I think, as far as my EDC, the flashlight is probably the thing that I end up using the most.
For sure. Yeah, for me at least.
Next to your phone, right? I would say the flashlight gets the most use. So for me, the EDC flashlight at least is more of a utilitarian use. Tactical benefits or tactical uses is kind of secondary for me. Because I end up using the flashlight for just general everyday stuff. So what we do is we have a bunch of different flashlights here on the table, so we'll kind of look at these a little bit in depth and then show you how they work and kind of what we recommend.
Yeah. You want me to go first?
Sure.
Okay, so this is my setup usually. So I have 3 different flashlights here. This is just...
1 sec.
Okay, so this is the setup that I've kind of whittled down to. I go between these 3 for my EDC. So I'll start with this one. This is the Surefire Fury IntelliBeam. I think these retail for like 165, 170 bucks. So they're pretty steep, but I really do like them. They're super bright, but it's too big for me to really carry every day. So this one stays next to my nightstand, and maybe if I'm like hunting or on a battle belt, I keep this one. But it's a dual fuel, so it runs an 18650 battery, or it can run 2 CR123s, which I like. But this is the light that I've been carrying for my EDC. Things I like about it, it has a switch and it has 2 modes that I'll show you here in the dark here in a second. But the biggest thing is that it's super slim and it's kind of shaped like a knife. So I carry a knife and pepper spray as well. So I carry the 3 next to each other, and this just fits perfectly. It's not round, it's really slim, but it has some really good output, as you'll see here in a minute.
And that's a Streamlight?
This is the Streamlight Wedge. It's actually a newer one that I just got, but I'm really liking it so far. Seems to hold up. It's already gotten some wear because it runs next to my knife. But as far as I've ran it in the cold, I've been out hunting a few times, and it's been super dark. But everything, the battery holds well, and it's nice. So this is the third thing. This is if I'm really trying to go minimalist. I actually use these all the time. It's just a little pin light. Streamlight makes one called the Micro Stream, and then this one just specifically is the Olight. But they're all the same. They're around 20 bucks. And the nice thing is it just uses a AAA battery in it, so it's just one AAA, easy. It lasts a while, and it's super small. So this is nice to keep in your pocket if you're really trying to thin down your EDC and go light, but you'll still have that flashlight. So I really like this setup right now. I've had a bunch of other stuff, but this is kind of where I'm at as of today on my 3 lights that I carry. So
awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so 1 sec. All right, so I brought a couple of different flashlights out here. Kind of collected them over the years, just trying different stuff out. And the 2 main brands that you kind of see represented are the Streamlight and Surefire. I think once you get down to the price range, like Carter was talking about, like some of these really cheap lights, they're probably all going to be about the same, you know? But once you start kind of looking at tactical flashlights, you're going to get anywhere. The Streamlight brand's always going to be cheaper than Surefire, but they're both really, really good, both really, really reliable. And people like them. I like them. Streamlight, because I tend to like lose things like flashlights. It's not like a gun where I'm probably not going to misplace a gun, but I have misplaced flashlights. In fact, there's one here that's not represented, a little smaller ProTac Streamlight that was definitely part of my EDC at some point, but at some point I also misplaced it. So I kind of like the cheaper flashlights because when you lose them, it doesn't hurt as bad. But anyways, so I believe all the Streamlights here are under $100, and then the Surefires are somewhere in that $100 to $200 range. And then I don't have any of the $200, $300 like super expensive mod light, and there's some other ones that'll like
Cloud.
Yeah, they'll melt your face, and they put out tons of lumens and tons of candela, and you can really nerd out on this stuff. But as I said, for me, as far as like an everyday carry light, I kind of just use it for when I need a light, and then secondarily it's a tactical type thing. So, but that being said, the first one here is a Streamlight ProTac 2L. So this one puts out, I believe it's like 350 lumens. Super durable. Definitely have been carrying this the most because it's the smallest and slimmest. The next step up from there is the Streamlight 2LX. So this puts out a little more output. I believe this is 500 lumens. So it's a step up when everybody started trying to get towards that like 1,000 lumens kind of output. And we're going to show kind of the performance of these here in a bit. And it's not that much bigger from the 2L, so I've definitely carried this before for EDC. I just don't have it in my pocket most of the time. And then kind of going up from there, the Streamlight ProTac at HLX. This one, I believe, is definitely 1,000 lumens. And this one stays near my nightstand and my kind of bump in the night kit that I've gone over before here because it's a little too big for me to pocket carry. I mean, I could, but I just don't. And it's got high output, so in a home defense type situation, you know, I'm not worried about sticking it in a pocket and carryability and having it on me all day. So that's a pretty good solution there. So moving over from there, we got the Surefires. This is the oldest one here. I believe this is a Surefire G2.
That's the OG Surefires.
Yeah, these have been around a long time. Obviously, super durable. Plenty of mounts for you to mount this to like rifles. And they've just been around a long time. This one also is, I believe this is my wife's nightstand most of the time, but good high output and good light, ultra durable, Surefire. And then we got a couple here from Surefire. This is the E2T MV Tactician. I believe this was designed by James Yeager, and it's got some kind of neat features if you're looking for really like a very tactical focus flashlight. It's only momentarily on. There's no like click it and keep the light on like you would have like with a normal flashlight. And the thinking behind that is because in like a tactical situation, you're going to be illuminating it and then coming off the light like that. You're not going to walk around with the light on because obviously that would give away your position, that type of thing. And it comes with a lanyard type setup, so this would go in your hand and you can use the light and then you can swing it out of the way so you can still manipulate your gun. So very tactically focused flashlight and not that bad of a size penalty there if you want to carry that EDC, which I've done in the past. But it just kind of made its way out of my rotation. I went with the even easier, smaller flashlight to carry. And then finally a Surefire EDC L2T. Again, super high output here. And then this one also has some different clicking functions. I believe it's, because it's made for like an EDC and then cross over into that tactical thing, I believe if you gently push on it, you get low output. So if you're trying to do normal flashlight stuff, and then if you push harder, you get the higher output. So those are definitely some good options if you're really looking for.
This one seems pretty sizable, like to carry every day. It seems a little bit bigger.
Yeah, for me, right? So that would definitely be a concern. This one's just about right there with the one that I carry the most. So that's definitely a smaller one. But again, if you need like an actual flashlight function where you're like looking for something and you want to click it on, you're not going to get that with the Tactician. But you know, it's a very purpose-built tactical light. So that's kind of what we got going on here. Again,
let's switch angles.
All right, so I think that's probably enough of us jacking our jaws, jerking ourselves off. All right, so I think that's probably enough discussion there. Let's just show, we're going to turn off the lights real quick and just kind of show you, not a scientific comparison, but you can kind of see the difference in a lot of these lights.
All right, cool. Okay. You want to go? You go.
No, man, you lead.
All right, cool. That sounds good. Okay, so we got the lights partially off, but we're going to show you these different ones up against our PTC banner over here, and we'll have camera guys switch on the lights on and off so we can talk and actually show it. So we're going to start off with this little pin light, the O light or the micro string. They're both really the same. They're cheap and about 20 bucks. So go ahead and turn the lights off, camera guy.
We'll go through the EDC lights first, so starting with this one, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so this one has two modes. It has a little mode, and then, yeah, so here's our little mode, and then I think that's like 20 lumens or something really low, and then this one's 100 lumens.
Ooh.
So,
all right.
That's decent. All right.
All right. So now we got the Streamlight ProTac 2L, all right, and this is obviously the one I carry most of the time, like I was saying. So that's what we got there. So it's about 350 lumens, definitely a step up from the 100 lumens. All right. And now we got the Streamlight ProTac 2LX, and that's 500 lumens. So 300 lumens, 500 lumens. All right, so a step up there. And then now we got the Surefire Tactician. All right, and doesn't have the, you can't click it, so it's only momentary on like that as soon as I take my thumb off.
What's that supposedly as far as lumens?
I think it's got to be at least 500. I don't think it's over that. But,
seems like it's not as bright as the other one, but still plenty for EDC.
For sure. So then here we go. Here's the Surefire EDC light. So it's got the low lumens, which can be useful if you're just doing normal flashlight stuff, and then it's got the high output.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, high output there. So get done all your tactical stuff. You want to show them the Streamlight?
Yes. So the Streamlight wedge. This is my new one, and here's why I like it. So you can just flip it on, and it's pretty decent. It's just a switch, but it has a throw mode. So this is supposedly 300 lumens right here, but it has a throw mode like that, and that is 1,000 lumens.
Okay.
So it opens it up quite a bit. One thing to note on here, the actual glass on it is small. So when you're running that 1,000 throw for too long, the glass gets super hot super fast because this glass. There's not a whole bunch of glass on here. I'll show you guys. It's pretty small, and there's a lot of there's a high output coming through that small glass, so it will get hot pretty quick. But I do like it so far.
Yep. And then kind of the more home defense or bedside type stuff. This is the older Surefire G2, and there you go. All right. And then the Streamlight, Streamlight HLX, a little more high output than the Surefire, a little more recent light. Okay.
All right, and then this is the Fury and Telebeam, the Surefire. It has 2 modes, so this is the dark mode. I don't remember the lumens on that, but it's still pretty dang good. And then there's your high mode.
Yeah, so that's probably like the upgraded version of the G2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a pretty big difference here between that and this. Yeah, so you can tell that.
So I'll do the low mode. Low mode.
Yeah, it's about the same, right?
Yeah, and then high mode. Yeah, quite a bit. So yeah, those are some different. This one stays on my nightstand most of the time, or if I need to take it out home or something like that. But it's a little bit too big to carry. But I really do like it. I've had it probably 4 years, 5 years now. Used it quite a bit. Obviously, Surefire has a name for being pretty strong. So yeah, it's been great.
I mean, ideally, the higher lumen output, the higher candela output, that's kind of all the rage these days. People don't want to even argue about lumens now. It's about candela. If you can get the brightness of the sun, that's what you want. But even like a 300 lumen, if I turn on the lights and I flash Carter in the eyes here, it's going to...
I don't like to look at it.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty debilitating. So there's... basically anything over a couple hundred lumens, I think is enough, like kind of in a tactical situation. Again, from the civilian context, I'm not like going into dark buildings and searching out suspects. Kind of the only scenario where I have to do some tactical type searching would be like a home defense. So any of these are over, that 1,000 kind of lumen mark, and any of those, even again in a dark environment, you can see plenty. Another great thing about these, if you think about that, if we can turn off the light, if you just illuminate like a ceiling or the floor, you can throw light all over the place. Like in a home defense type scenario, all these are bright enough to do that, and you don't have to point flashlights at people. So these are all plenty bright to do any kind of tactical thing that you need, I think.
Yeah, there's people that will just get so in the weeds about which specs are the best, but really you want something that's going to be reliable, that you can like actually find batteries for, that aren't some like specialized thing that only that can use. That is the one downside to like this one. It's a USB-C charger, so it doesn't have replaceable batteries. You have to charge it. So for EDC, for me, I keep it charged and it's fine. But something that uses CR123s or batteries that are easily available that you might be able to stockpile. Those are some things to think about. You can always split hairs on the different specs, but something that's reliable, that'll work in all conditions, and that puts out enough light to see is really what you're looking for.
Right, so that's what we got for you. So let us know what you carry, and then again, if you always want to come out for any type of training, you can come out and see us at Patriot Training Center.
Look forward to seeing you. Catch you guys in the next one.